Okay, so I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I thought to do this in good faith, one of the reasons why um, this mask is being printed is my friend wants to stream with a mask on. And this is going to be the mask that he streams with. So in good faith, I thought I would put one of my masks on and do a little video with, this is one of my made masks that I custom made. As you saw the last mask, I kind of took from somebody else's STL and then made it my own. This one, I kind of just made it my own with the designs by removing some of the things on it and then adding to it as well. Um, this mask, however, was made completely by me. I sculpted it into shape. I'm not that good of a sculptor, but this mask and the mask actually right behind me have a benefit to them. Well, a little interesting thing. This is a blacklight camera, or a blacklight flashlight, and I put hidden blacklight onto it, and this one's the coolest. So there may be just white masks. I think this flashlight's dying. There we go. Maybe just white masks, but has a little cool effect to them. And then this one's like an anarchy uh, style mask. There you go. But actually, if I focus the beam, you can see it better. Or maybe I could do the smart thing and just bring it up here. Put the light on it. And it's gone. So this was the first mask. And of course, this is the second mask that I'm wearing. Well, this is how I would normally mount a mask. I'm not going to do this anymore. This is unreliable. This mask will actually fall off your face. And I've made a few masks for a few people that the mask has fallen off the face. So I'm not going to do that anymore. This mask is done the same way, but I hadn't thought of exactly how I was going to approach. I mean to slap my mic. How I was going to approach the situation, but I think I have an idea. Two of them. One to reuse that, and two for this mask here. Give me one second. Oh, sorry, my nose itched. Can't show my face, you know. What's the point of a mask if I show my face? But for this mask, I thought I don't know, take it apart, show what it looks like off, or actually in the real world. You could kind of see. Let's get more light over here. That light is on. You could kind of see. Too bad it's a black light, not a flashlight. Kind of see all the features that you were noticing in the thing. A little bit of stringing, but you can always just sand that down. Oh yeah, the inside of the mask. Remember me showing all the red spots inside the mask, where it's like, oh, there's gonna be drooping. There's gonna be. Let me let me show you that the inside of the mask is actually just fine. In fact, this is one of the better masks I've printed. In fact, the only real drooping I can see, oops, is over there by the nose. I don't know if I can, yeah, right there at the nose. A lot of stringing though, that's just calibration. Um, I'm not too worried about stringing because I've always sanded my prints down. But a little bit of calibration goes a long way though, because you can kind of just pull off most of the most of the supports. You can't. When I first got into printing, I was not able to do that. In fact, I used a knife most of the time. It took me a little bit of calibration to get the distance just right so that it still sticks while it's being printed, but when it finally cools down, it'll break off. And that little bit of calibration. There was one thing I was concerned about that I didn't notice, and I looked back at it. It wasn't on camera, but I looked back at it to see how it was going to get affected. Was, if you remember, I said I always bring everything up 2 millimeters. I left the the print bed on. So when I lifted this mask up by 2 millimeters, it just dropped right back down into place. I didn't see it until I was already printing, and I just let it slide. I forgot what my other thought was going to be because I noticed my dog moving around in the background right there. By the way, my dog hates cats, and it's funny because I'm wearing a cat mask right now. Technically. Let's turn that light off. So, the horns are already printed. I printed those first, actually. You gotta be careful, though, when taking some of these supports off. Sometimes the support will win, and your print will lose. And in those situations aren't good. The inside support, it built up just fine. I was wondering whether or not it was going to. Oops, I didn't mean to hit my screen. I mean, so far, other than I'm going to have to really get in there, get those teeth out. So far, the mask came out pretty good. I need to ask my friend if he wants to do the same. My friend, he's really good at painting and drawing and all that stuff. He's an artist. I'm more like a craftsman than an artist. I can do some painting, but it's like intermediate. I'm like not good at it. Whereas he's really good at it. And yeah, see, this is smooth. This is nice. So when it comes to like the painting side of things, I think I'm just gonna leave pretty much leave the customer to do it themselves. Um, One, it makes it cheaper on them; they get their mask still, and two, I'm not as good as they are. First off, like by far, I'm not as good. I don't claim to be. I don't try to be. I do my own things, like this mask. I like cool and innovative things, but as for other people's stuff, I mean, I only involve myself so much. I will paint. Like I painted the other mask, the one that I showed during one of the builds to the mask. Looks like I'm gonna need a knife. I don't know about using a knife while I can't see well. I could see just fine because this mask only has a single layer of filter, pretty much. One of the benefits of not putting supports everywhere is that supports kind of lower the detail of things. So far it's not as easy to get these out. So I was hoping, where's my needle nose? There's my needle nose. Let me grab that shit and pull. Oh, yeah. Alright. When I'm not recording, I'm probably going to get the small stuff out of the teeth. Oh yeah, the horns I mentioned were already printed. Push that back. The horns would fit on it, like that. Got the holes printed out. These holes are intended for these screws. It's just barely big enough. I gotta spin it to get them in, which is perfect actually. Means it'll hold nice and tight. Need better lighting. Never claimed to be a streamer. That actually looks really cool. Almost looks like half an Oni, half a Kitsune mask. I actually built, in an interesting way, I designed the mask so that the horns actually don't pass the back of the mask. I didn't mean to do that, but if you look at it from the side, the horns are in the front of the mask. I kind of meant them to go actually behind the mask, but I don't know what happened. I guess I just went with the flow, and this is where the flow led me. And you know what? I'm not upset about it. The mask looks really good in my opinion. I do like the shape of it. I do like the look of it. To be honest, should have added teeth here. Should have added teeth. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this little session.